Hey everyone, I wanted to jump on really quick. First and foremost, I want to say happy Veterans Day to our veterans. My dad's a veteran. I have several cousins and family members that are veterans. And so I would just love for you to know that your work does not go unnoticed. We appreciate you and we thank you for your service. And today is your day. So happy Veterans Day. I also wanted to talk to you a little bit more in detail about the blog that I just posted, Unrealistic Fucking Expectations. And I had to put the fucking in there because that's exactly how I felt at the time that I started writing that blog, because there was a lot of hurt behind what I was feeling that prompted me to start writing that blog. So I wanted to talk to you about the unrealistic expectations that we set for people. Sometimes first of all, unrealistic expectations is when you are kind of putting someone on a pedestal, or you are expecting something from them and they have no idea. They have no earthly idea that you are expecting something from them. So this is what I do. Like, I am a huge supporter of everybody. I may not be on time because I am always late, but I will show up for you. I will buy what you're selling. I will be behind you 100%. But when it comes to that, for me, I'm not a person that says, hey, can you do this for me? Or, hey, can you buy this for me? In my head, I've done it for you. So I expect you to do that for me without me even having to ask, because you didn't even have to ask me. But that's unrealistic expectations, because I can't expect everybody to be what I am and do what I do. I can't expect everybody to be out there acting like a support hoe, because that's what I am. I support. But everybody's not like that, and it's not that they are purposely not wanting to support you. It's just that they don't know. Like, I had a conversation with one of my friends the other week, and she said, I didn't know that you like for me to share your stuff. I didn't know that you like for me to comment on stuff. Like, I read your stuff. So sometimes people just don't know, and we set those standards pretty high based on what we would do for them or what goes on inside of our head. And we don't tell them that that's what we would like for them to do for us in return. So that's very, very important. And one of the things that I do is I get very, very upset by that. And so it's something that I put on myself. And so I wanted to make sure that we are aware of our own unrealistic expectations. It's definitely something that I struggle with. But today in my blog, I decided to not do that anymore. I'm going to live with intent. I'm going to intentionally focus on not being that person. And so I'm not going to focus on those things anymore. I went to an event this past weekend, and the speaker basically said that don't worry about that, because there's somebody out there that wants what you have. They are buying what you are selling, and you don't even know it. And so it's very important that we remember that and not get caught up on these unrealistic expectations that we set for other people. One of the things that I do want to point out is that we also sometimes we share our expectations with people and they still let us down. But the truth is, and the reality is that we are imperfect, and people will let you down. People are difficult. Relationships are difficult. Personalities are difficult. Life is difficult. And, things happen. And people fall short sometimes. And so we also can't get caught up on that. One of the most important things that I put in my blog is that we have to, for those people that we have shared our expectations with and they continuously fall short of that, the ball's in our court now. Like, are we willing to stay in this cycle, or are we willing to get off? Are we getting off this ride now? Like, I'm done with the roller coaster ride. I am nauseous from it. And so am I getting off? So the ball's in your court on that. And so that's important. So it's important to distinguish between whether or not you've shared with somebody what you would like from them, that unrealistic expectation, or if you've actually not shared it with them. And I can't I got a little tongue tied there, but but I think you know what I'm saying. So it's important to know if you've told them or if you've not told them, and then you handle that accordingly. But just keep in mind that we are not perfect, and whether we decide to forgive and stay on the cycle, or if we decide to get off, it's important that you know what you're doing, and it's important that you're not sitting in this place of bitterness because people aren't living up to our expectations that we've set in our head. And not live a life of resentment and let's just not do that. I'm tired of, I'm sure my husband is tired of him hearing me say, you know, I've done this for this person and they hadn't done this for me in return, or this person did this and I would never do that to them. Like, that was not cool. And so I'm sure he's like, just no, just stop. And so let's do that together. Let's figure out, you know, if there's something that we don't want to continue doing, if we want to leave it all right here, like put it all on the table, write it down, ball it up, and throw it in the trash. If it's something that we want to let go and not hang on to anymore because it's causing us our happiness, it's causing us to be bitter, it's causing us to resent people, anything like that, let's just ball it up and throw it in the trash and get rid of it. Before I go, I wanted to leave you with one thing. I was listening to the radio on yesterday, and I love country, so I'm sharing that with you now. If you don't already know, I am the hugest country fan. And so I was listening to Sarah Evans, and her song Stronger. One of the lines in that song says, even on my weakest days, I get a little bit stronger. And so just look at all of these things that we're going through, all of this stuff that we're carrying around, these bags and bags of hurt and pain that we feel like people have caused on us. Let's be realistic about it. And let's also know that even on our weakest days, that it is still making us stronger. This is always a lesson, whether it's a unrealistic expectation or you've verbalized the expectation and people still aren't living up to it, or taking it serious, I guess I should say, because we don't want them to feel like there's this huge mountain they have to climb just to be around us. But if they're not taking our feelings seriously, just know that wherever you are in that, whether you're feeling weak, whether you're feeling vulnerable, even on our weakest days, we are still getting a little bit stronger. And that's all I have to say. I wanted to share my shirt with y'all before I go. I am super excited because I love saying y'all, and I love wine. So my shirt says, cheers, y'all. So enjoy this Monday, guys, and chime in and let me know what you think. And I hope you go and read my blog. The link's in my bio. And keep in mind that on the 20th of this month, I'm also going to be going live on my Facebook page, Hollins Speaks, and I'm going to be chatting with my really good friend Stephanie Newton, who is a LPC, and I am a LCSW, and we're going to be talking about self-care. So definitely go to Facebook, Hollins Speaks, like my page, so that you can be part of the conversation. Thanks, y'all, and let's pay attention to those unrealistic expectations. Happy Monday.